Go to the Zoho Desk. From Zoho Desk, go to Settings. In Settings is Approval Flow and it acts on the ticket modules. It is associated to the service department in the Zoho Desk. This solution is not limited to one industry. It can be used by any businesses that sends people to the customer location. Imagine a company that handles field service operations. Every day, customers raise service requests. A service agent is assigned to visit the location, complete that work, and update the company once the job is done. But here is where the real problem starts. How does a company confirm whether the work was actually completed? Does the office team call the customer manually, or does the agent send a WhatsApp message, or does someone update the ticket later? And what happens if the customer says that work is not completed properly? So this is where many field service businesses face delays, confusion, and lack of proper tracking. In many service-based businesses, the real challenge is not only assigning the work to the field agent. The real challenge is confirming whether the work was completed properly or not. A field agent may work the job as done, but the company still needs approval from the requester or the customer. If the approval is handled manually, it creates delays, follow-ups, missed updates, and confusions inside the support team. But this entire process can be automated using Zoho Desk. In Zoho Desk, we can create a workflow automation where the field service agent completes the task and updates the ticket. Once the agent marks the work as completed, Zoho Desk automatically sends an approval email to the requester. The requester can approve or reject the completion directly from the email itself. If approved, the ticket can be marked as completed. If rejected, the ticket can be moved to on hold or rework if required, so the company can take the next necessary action. This creates a complete, trackable, and automated field service approval system. So, imagine you run a field service company. Your agent visits the customer's location, fixes the issue, and then what next? The customer's approval is crucial, but manual follow-ups slows everything down. What if the customer could approve or reject completion right from their email itself? With Zoho Desk, we automate this process. Once the agent marks the task completed, Zoho Desk triggers an email to the customer. They simply click approve or reject. If approved, the ticket closes automatically. If rejects, the ticket moves to the on hold or follow-up. I have already configured this in the Zoho Desk. Let me show you how. In the workflow, we set triggers. When the agent updates the ticket to completed, an email goes out. And if the customer is happy, the ticket status updates to closed. If not, it moves to on hold status. The entire process is streamlined, no manual back and forth. So imagine this across your field services. No delays, no confusion, just smooth automated customer approvals. So first open Zoho Desk and go to the department where service requests are managed. For example, it can be normally like an AC issue not fixed, or like a machine service request, or it can be an installation request. Here I am just mentioning that issues as Zoho Desk login issue. This is just for an example. Go to the Zoho Desk. From Zoho Desk, go to Settings. In Settings, navigate to the Automation section. Under the Automation, select the Workflow Rules. Workflow rules help us to perform automatic actions based on the ticket updates. In this use case, we are going to trigger an email approval process which the field service agent marks the job as completed. We'll have to create two workflows here. We'll have to give a meaningful name for these workflows, such as field service completion approval. Here I have just created it as approval and one for the rejection. So that is approval flow and the rejection flow. In the approval flow, the rule name is approval flow and it acts on the ticket modules. You have to select the trigger, that is the conditions, as the on create and happiness rating. Next, we define when this workflow should run. In this case, the workflow should trigger when the ticket is updated by the service agent. More specifically, it should run when the agent changes the service status to completed or ready for the customer approval. So, in the criteria part, you have to set the happiness rating as yes. And then comes the action part. So for the criteria selected, I will be performing a certain action when that criteria is been satisfied. So in this particular criteria, I have selected the action as the field updates. So I have to go to the field updates option, and here I have created an action that is named as the customer approves, and the status will be automatically updated to close when the customer is approving that particular email. And then you will have to save the status update and save this workflow. Now open the rejection flow. The rejection flow is also the same as the approval flow. It acts on the tickets module with the rule name rejection flow. It executes on the triggers create as well as the happiness rating. So after the triggers, we will go to the criteria session, and here we will have to select the criteria as happiness rating is no. And after selecting the criteria, again we'll go to the actions part. That is, based on the criteria, certain action has to be activated. So we select the action as the status update and a field update, and here we give this field updates as the status equal to on hold. That means when the customer is marking no in that email, the status automatically changes to on hold in the ticket. We'll have to save this field update option, and we'll have to save the workflows. Now let's see how this works in a real case scenario. Now as a requester, I will be sending a service ticket in the form of an email. This email is associated to the service department in the Zoho Desk. When the requester sends the email, it is being created as a ticket in Zoho Desk. Now, when this ticket is being created, the company sends a field agent to the particular location. And when the field agent completes the task, whether the task is completed or not completed, so if the task is completed, the service agent goes to that particular ticket, and in the resolution option he marks as resolved, and then he sends that email to the customer. And then the requester now receives an email. This email clearly asks whether the service work has been completed properly. The requester can approve or reject the completion directly from the email itself. When the requester clicks no, the Zoho updates the ticket automatically. The approval status is now changed to on hold. The service completion is marked as not confirmed. The ticket can now be moved to on hold status. This gives the company clear confirmation that the work was not completed. Now we will again see a similar scenario. Now again this field service agent is being sent to the location. Now he completes the task, and again that email is being sent to the requester. Now if the requester is satisfied, he clicks yes. Once it is approved, Zoho Desk automatically updates the ticket as closed. Now the company has proper confirmation from the requester, and the service agent can move to the next assigned task. From this point onward, the approval process will run automatically whenever a field service task is marked as completed by the agent. With this workflow in Zoho Desk, field service companies can simplify their entire service confirmation process. The benefits are clear. There is no manual follow-up calls, no confusion about whether the work is completed, no delays in assigning the next task to the agent. For every approval or rejection is tracked inside the Zoho Desk. The requester gets a simple approval experience. The company gets the complete visibility, and the service team becomes faster, more accountable, and more professional. This solution is not limited to one industry. It can be used by any businesses that sends people to the customer location. Field service companies, maintenance teams, IT providers, appliance repair businesses, facility management companies, installation teams, construction service teams, healthcare equipment service providers. Wherever a service agent completes a work at a location and a customer confirmation is required, this workflow can make the process smoother and more reliable. This is the real power of Zoho Desk. It is not just a ticketing tool, it can become a complete service process automation system for your business. At Centegra, we do not focus only on simple software implementation. We look at your complete business process. We understand how your team works, where the delays happen, and how the technology can simplify your operations. Then we design a holistic solution that connects your people, processes, and systems. Whether it's a Zoho Desk, Zoho CRM, Zoho Projects, Zoho Creator, or the complete Zoho ecosystem, we help you implement solutions that truly transform the way your businesses work. If you want to automate your operations, improve accountability, reduce manual follow-ups, and enhance your business growth, connect with Centegra. Let's completely transform your business with the help of technology.